I can't hear it
Ma'am, we're going live now.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. This is Pradeep, Ambassador of Change from GETI, the Global Education and Training Institute of Lucknow. We are the premier institution for training teachers and principals all over India. And right now, you are on our disruptive education platform provided to us by our mentor, Dr. Sunita Gandhi. On this platform, we have met with and interacted with more than 1,200 educators from India and all over the world. And this evening, we have for you Mrs. Paramita Choudhury. She is an educator from Deep Old School, Kolkata, West Bengal. She has 26 years of experience and she's a BCom honors and an MCom. She's done a BBA and an MBA in HR, PGD, a BA, and an MSc in chemistry. She's done a CTET and she has an art and craft certificate from the Ramakrishna Mission Institute of Culture. She enjoys traveling and teaches senior classes. Good evening, ma'am. We're very happy to have you with us. She will be
Good
speaking to
evening.
us. Good
Good
evening,
evening,
ma'am.
sir.
She, she will be speaking to us on the impact of technology on the education system. The impact of technology on the education system. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us, and over to you, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so good evening, sir, and good evening, everybody. So today our topic is more, it's about education, and more precisely, it is scientific education that we will be talking about today. And I want to introduce myself once again that my name is Paramita Choudhury, and I have been in education field for the last more than 25 years. I am in this education field, and I have done my post graduation in chemistry, and after that I have done B.Ed from Jadavpur University. And so today let me start with my topic right now, that is mainly the impact of technology on education. So as we everybody we know that it has got technology has got great impact on mankind. Hello, I hope you I'm visible to everybody. And to which what extent technology will have its impact, we can't even predict sitting nowadays. In 2021, we can't even predict that. We can hardly make an idea, get an rough imagination about what is going to happen in future. Um, just like the stone age, the bronze age, iron age, the different strata which has passed in previously in the past, now is the age of technology. That various aspects have been unfolded in the in department of technology. So these are going to be implemented in near future, near and far future. um, and technology is definitely going to stay. In no way we can ignore this fact, that it has got huge impact on mankind. Use of technology to solve complex problems must be a part of how we educate the next generation. So so how we are going to educate the next generation, that is our education, it has the technology has a huge impact on that. much before the development of modern science. That means nowadays science that we are talking about. Much before that, when technology was not that has not got that impact on mankind, people widely used blackboards and they used ink pens. As you can just remember, when we were very young, we used ink pens, and there was mostly wide use of blackboards were there, and papers were used for writing. Nowadays still it is there, and but it was the only means at that time for transmitting knowledge and for sharing informations. Though the use of ink and pen are part of technology in itself. So, though a long time back these were the only modes of instructions or only mode of spreading knowledge, they also form a part of technology, because the papers on which we are writing, they are obtained from the trees. They are product of the trees, an organic product, and it can be obtained from the plants through some application of technology only. And the huge books which you used to follow, they consist of numerous pages, and the blackboards are still in use nowadays also. But there are other aspects in which we can spread education, like the smart board is there, and the digital media has occupied the market nowadays. Anyway, these were blackboards and ink pens and chalks and papers. These were widely used for transmitting knowledge and for sharing information since long time back. Mm, but with the development of technology, and especially the computer technology, or the IT technology, that is information technology, it has totally changed the course and direction of education. So, with the advancement, with the introduction of this media, the course and the direction of education has changed a whole lot, and as well as the mode of education that we have today has changed a huge lot due to the presence of these aspects, the with the advanced technology. Now, in our brief discussion that we are going to have today, um, we will mainly talk about the current changes that science and technology have brought about in the field of education. The current changes that it has brought in the field of education that we will be talking about. With the development of technology, there is a huge shift in the philosophy of education. The basic philosophy of education, which used to persist for so many years, it has shifted its platform. And in the delivery and transmission of education has also there is a shift. And so one of the most important field of technology has impacted in the field of education. So let us see how it has taken the seat, taken the forefront in course of time, sitting in front of electronic devices like mobile phone or laptop, and then going beyond the confines of the classroom. Because you just imagine the picture, few say a decade back. So there were students in the classroom, and there were students in the classroom, and the education, the teacher used to give his or her information within the four walls of the classroom, and that was it was limited over there. But nowadays, like just now I'm sitting inside my device, the electronic device, and conveying my information, and it is going to so many hundreds of people at a time. But earlier it was limited to those people which were physically present in the classroom, say starting from 20, 30, say up to as many like 40 to 50 students in a class, who were accommodated at that time could only get the information. But now, when the teacher is in front of the electronic device, as I told you, maybe a laptop or a computer, personal computer, or say it is a mobile phone, a smartphone, and the information could be transmitted to hundreds and thousands of students, or say the education seeking people. And so it crossed the boundary of physical domain. So the virtual media has become so powerful, and that is a part of technology itself, and that is really a matter of huge impact, because the access towards education has become so very easy, so very easily accessible. Earlier, people were not so much aware of the IT apps, EAT apps, that means the information technology apps were not so much in use, but it has come up the forefront. It has taken the forefront so much nowadays. Like we can talk about the popular ones like Google Classroom, the Zoom Meet, the Google Meet. In this different types of the platforms, the digital platforms, the students and the teacher can have, huge interaction among themselves in a very easy way, without getting into taking the trouble of going to directly to the to the classroom, or directly going to the place. So this can be done, and it has made the education so very easy. The young minds, the inquisitive minds, they can easily just with the help of the electronic device, they can access the speech of the teacher very easily. And the teacher also, he or she doesn't need to go in the classroom and to deliver her speech. So this process has become much easier, but I am not telling that the classroom impact, the classroom presentation has got an impact of its own, that is different. And in the classroom also, the teacher can take the help of the smart class is there inside the physical class. The smart class can be there with the smart board, where the teacher can explain the thing with the help of virtual media. um, so we can say technology has taken a fourth seat or forefront and hugely impacted the process of education. And so these apps that I talked about right now, like Zoom Meet, Google Meet, or Google Classroom, they act as interface to communicate between the teacher and the student, and in various aspects they are hugely they are applicable. uh, a number of immediate advantages we can talk about. So the advantages of technology in education sector I am talking about right now. So the immediate advantages are: number one, easy access to knowledge and information. As I told you, right now students don't need to go to the library uh, when they have access to the smartphone. Like nowadays, smartphone has become an indispensable part of education. Even in the rural areas, even in remote places, students are provided with smartphones as a part of education. Because everybody knows nowadays that with the help of this small device, so powerful device it is, that the young learners can have easy access to various informations. The students, and moreover, they don't need to go to the library. Though I encourage the process of reading, the reading habit which we usually earlier have, it has got its own advantage also at the same time. But a student may take less access to the library, where the physical books are available, and can easily gather the information within a fraction of second, with the help of different search engines are there, and with the help of various means, with the help of digital media, basically I'm talking about. They can easily access various websites are there, various search engines are there, and also ebooks are there, and some informations are available in the PDF forms. So, moreover, the speed of communication is remarkable, and just like the students don't need to go to the physically to the library to the hard copies to the books itself. At the same time, they can access the information very fast. It has highly great speed at which they can access the informations. Definition video presentations can give all types of clarity. Like earlier, students, they only could imagine many of the things. Like I'm talking, maybe I'm a teacher of chemistry. Chemistry is my subject basically. But say a topic a topic in history. So the scenario, what happened if it is presented in the form of a video right in the front of students, then they can have a very easy understanding. So it gives us a much better clarity. Like nowadays we talk about a virtual lab, virtual lab, like many times when we can't take the students to the practical laboratory, because in chemistry laboratory the practical experience is very very important. But through virtual lab, they can have a certain idea about what are the different results, what are the different outcomes they can make. They can have a sort of an idea, though the practical one is absolutely indispensable. But in many of the cases, like which are not lab oriented subjects, like history and like English, many a times with special clarity can be given to the students by the presentation of the video presentation. So detailed concept, the students can easily access to the detailed concept over there. So use of technology to solve complex problems must be a part of how we educate the next generation, the present as well as the future generation, because they are going to make the world with various aspects of our life will be governed by the future generation. But the future generation should be trained up in such a way that our coming in the coming days, what things are going to come up is to be decided by them. So first of all, it is our job, that is the job of the teachers, the educators, to prepare students to become responsible, sensitive citizens. So technology must be there, but the humanitarian aspect, the fellow feelings, the responsibility as a citizen, these are the primary factors which must be present in a human being, in an individual. And as an individual, we are talking about students right now. So this aspect should be made stronger within them: the sense of responsibility, the service to the society that they live in. One of the primary role as educator is to provide the students with tools that they need to navigate the way. So so not only to nurture the brain, also there are various ways in which they can navigate the way to get themselves well informed about the entire world. So nowadays you can see, to have the idea about what is going on in the other part of the world has become so easy, so simple, because they can even have a video clipping, they can have a live scenario of what is going on in the other part through the digital device. One of the primary role as educator is to provide the students with the tools to navigate the web, and so that in future they can take wise decisions. So when they can navigate the web and they can access the entire world, they have a idea about what is going on in which part of the world, which has become very easy with the help of digital media. So in future they can take wise decisions. They can make more advancement, so that the society can think only of getting the very improved version can come up in future. And decisions as member of their own democracy, they can do that. There is no question that new technology has brought a wave of new challenges. So with the new technology which I talked about just now, the access to various websites and to access to various informations, um, that has also brought about new challenges to our society that now we have to deal with. So it is important to teach our students how to interact with other people with positively when they are online. The students need to know how to navigate properly the digital world and explore things which are useful to them, or are of great utility in various aspects of life. So they should know that which to emphasize in which of the aspects, while they are going through the digital world. They must know where to focus, which things that they have to where they have to give greater impact on, so that they can which comes up or get utility in the various aspects of their life. Secondly, we have already seen major changes around us, like machine automations. I'm talking about, have massive political and economic impacts in our society. So the work machine is a part of technology. The repetitive work which is not done manually, but with the help of machines which are more precise and more systematic, more accurate. So it has got great massive political and economic impacts. Automation is definitely going to speed up our work. It is going to change the way work is looked up upon in the future. So more and more accurate machines, and more and more application of machinery devices, where we can't just right now we can't just think about, because the younger generations, they should have an open mind. They should be have the ability to think beyond the box, not the rote thinking, not the typical mindset they will have. They should have they should be have a wide scale of imagination, and definitely work should be there, which should be looked upon in future in a different aspect. The highest right now, the highest paying jobs are given to those who can think critically and has a creative ability. So both the combination of thinking critical in a critical manner, the way of imagination, and also at the same time the creative ability, the combination of two helps people to land up with the great jobs, good jobs. And definitely we can't ignore the sector of the business sector or entrepreneurship. That means their own department, not being a part of a job, but also job means they are working under certain people, but a person can develop, like it is always encouraged nowadays to have your own project, the project of your own. But definitely whatever sector it is, whether a job, whether a business sector, so critical thinking mind and creativity which the technology has got effect on both of them, is definitely going to prosper in the future and will make a better world for us. So we can say, in future, the reality that those with higher order thinking skills and those which can who can use technology to a far aspect, to have greater access to both jobs as well as in the business sector, and ultimately they are going to grow to a huge extent. So of course, using technology to teach higher order thinking is a promising way to upgrade the students. So we must give an concept about the higher critical thinking to the students, and we must not just omit anything which is related to technological skills, like technological skills. Access to the technological skills is a mandatory to make it access to the students. and to grow, whether by securing a high rated job or through entrepreneurship, as I already told. So whatever is the aspect, the student should not be denied the access to high level technology, starting from a very simple basic concept. Thirdly, there are various other aspects of fields in which we can see the application of technology, and the young learners need to know them. For example, we can talk about pharmacy, which mainly deals with the medicines and modern amenities. Like medicines, various decade back, we couldn't think about medicines when people suffered from tuberculosis or say various serious ailment. There were not enough medicines, but due to the application of technology, due to various development activities, that medicines have come up in the market which can treat the diseases and make complete cure. And also modern amenities, like in the sector of physics, we can talk about like the laser application of laser in correcting the eye, the vision correction can be there. Like in orthopedic department also, the various, like if there is a fracture, etc., that can be easily healed, cured with the help of laser technology. And various aspects are there. So this I can talk about the modern amenities. So these are application of technology also. And in also we can see the application of technology in construction of building, the materials which are being used, like we know the cement, the plaster of paris. These are the, yeah, materials which has come through decades, that were used long time back, and still now they are used. But the 3D building materials have come up which are earthquake resistant, and they are fireproof, and they are tsunami resistant. And they can be made, the buildings can be made super fast with the help of this 3D technology. Moreover, in the manufacture of vehicles, with the discovery of wheels, the a new sector has been unfolded long, long time back. And so human being, with their super brain, has explored the water, the ocean, seas, the land, and as well as the sky, or the air. So in manufacture of vehicles, both which are airborne as well as water, running on water or inland, the widespread application use of the drone we have seen. So definitely the e-vehicles or the electronic vehicles which are rapidly coming up and taking the market, and going to be the transport of future, we can easily understand that. So these are part of technology. The mode of learning process, beside the online teaching mode, as it is going on nowadays, during the pandemic situation, also the and so yeah, so a student can access a teacher also in a very simple way, like if a particular student wants to access a teacher who is far away from him or her, that can be done through the online mode of teaching. Even in the classroom, the use of smart board is there, which is an extremely effective technique that I feel the use of. So these are very important aspects of technology. And moreover, the fuel, as the use of fuel, the fossil fuel which were widely used, still now they are being used, the petrol and their byproducts, but they have got, first of all, their resources limited. Number two, they produce pollution in the air. The pollutants that are given out by this fuels, they definitely bring about pollution in the atmosphere, which basically reduce the lifespan of people, because if we constantly inhale the polluted air, oxygen that we are taking from this air, that is also, it is not a refined one. The oxygen that we get in the rural areas where there are less of vehicles running on the fossil fuel, it is like slow poisoning. It gradually reduces our lifespan. While the medicines are coming up in the market to treat various diseases which was life threatening say some time back. They were through with the help of medicines, the duration of life has increased. But at the same time, there are various other points, like as I was talking about the fossil fuels. It is just indispensable, because without the use of the fossil fuel, the transports are not going to run. And but at the same time, the pollution that they're creating, and we are inhaling that poisonous smoke or air, and that is reducing our lifespan. So but definitely other we the intelligent human brain has thought about the other modes of fuel, like mainly those which are natural, like solar energy, like the ethanol, and hydrogen, and definitely the electric mode to run the vehicles, which are mainly pollution free, which is of greater significance, because we can't simply ignore health, our because health is after all wealth. If with all this technology, if her health is not in a good condition, then nothing like that, because that is a great shortcoming. So keeping ourselves healthy is very very important, just like taking the right food, in the right time, in the right manner. At the same time, the air should be pollution free, to keep us healthy. And that should be the foremost of foremost significance. Now, moreover, we all need to be using technology in education, as our students are digital natives. Educators encourage the students who are tech savvy. So, gradually, nowadays, they start connected to the technology at a very young age. And now, the children are also very, they are very smart. Most of them, they get easy grip to the how the tools are they are performing, how to handle the tools to get access to various access to various informations. So, and educators always they also encourage the tech savvy students. The future learners are growing up with internet in such a manner that they even know how to navigate the supercomputer. So they are so so tech savvy, and they are so brilliant that they know how to navigate the supercomputer that fits within the palm of their hand. It's a supercomputer. The more it is powerful, the smaller the size it has become, and it may fit even within the palm of their hand, and they can just know how to navigate it at a very young age. The next generation students are bound to have natural inclination towards technology, and also social sharing. They can share some information, their creativity, and various aspects. They know how to get the social platform to share it with the mass in a huge scale. The social media, particularly with the help of social media, I'm talking of naming a few, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So these are very popular nowadays. The students want to work together to solve problems. They want to use in technology, and also they want to share, because it is always like you can't we can't just ignore the curiosity and the enthusiasm of the young learners. So when they learn something, when they create something, they just want to share what they have met with their friends, with the help of social media. So we have to accept their outlook, and we have to embrace it. Moreover, technology helps students find their voice. Not all students thrive well in the traditional classroom environment. So, but at the same time, the students may have got the dormant potential within them, and they may be fairly talented, but with the huge crowd of students inside the classroom, they may not be identified. So there are various creative apps that allow the students to create digital books, photos, journals, videos of their own, or they may find it creative to make of someone else also, the audio recordings and so much more. The students get huge opportunities to share their ideas, and the appreciation, when they share their ideas, they are appreciated by the huge mass. They can access the mass which we can't even, which we can't get in a physical mode. We can't get that sort of mass, but with the help of technology, they can explore their potential. At the same time, they can get access to the huge mass, and so they thrive in enthusiasm. And naturally, when they are appreciated, when so that brings out the enthusiasm in them, when they are given the opportunity to share the ideas using the technological tools. In the sixth place, education technology is very engaging. The students are rarely bored in this situation. You will find nowadays that students are glued to their smartphones, but definitely, as I told you, it should be used in the wiser way. If they are just making some sort of creativity, they are then they get totally, engrossed in that. If students work in a group to plan, so they definitely like to work in group, execute and edit a video skit using green screen technology, it is guaranteed that the students will be very much excited and engaged. The seventh point is that the technology can help the teachers a lot. So it is not only so when we are related to education, we must talk about the teachers also. The teachers who are educating the students with the application, with the particular way of handling the situation, the handling the technology, providing with the technological tools, so they themselves, the teachers themselves, can be reduced from their workload. The teachers have to do regular lesson plans, grade the papers, respond to the emails, and go to the meetings, and many more aspects are there. So technology tools can help the teachers significantly to reduce the workload by automating some of their work areas. Some of the work areas can just automate it, and so the manual work can be avoided to some extent. So this is also a great contribution of technology. And if the lesson is created, can be repeated, and it can be so a lesson once created can be repeated later also with the help of technological tools. um, uh, with the help of technology, it can ignite the imagination of the young learners, and help them think beyond the box, and they can come up with the various ideas that we can't even think about nowadays. Because we the teachers are training up millions of minds, and out of that, the first and foremost thing is that they should have their own voice. They should have the independent way of thinking, not the particular pattern. They should be exploring the various areas of life, and which are still undiscovered, still not discovered, yet to be explored, like, say, the mystery of the space. And quite a number of times we stop them by telling our limited knowledge, but they should be given the freedom to think whatever their mind wants to. And various aspects of life, like mystery of the space, existence of the parallel universe, UFO, that is unidentified flying object that we have talked about many a times, extraterrestrial elements, the aliens, whether the existence of aliens are there or not. I'm telling a few aspects which we have thought about till nowadays. It can be even many more things which are going to come up in future. And like uh, can like it has been thought many a times that human being can there are other similar type of living things are existing in the other planets or anywhere in the space. So in the same way, deep inside the ocean, because 3/4 of the earth is water. So there are various water bodies in the form of oceans, seas, ponds, lakes. So, so particularly under the ocean, can human beings survive? Can they thrive under the water too? Um, just like the space has got the Milky Way, the galaxy, the we being a part of the one solar system, with Earth as a planet that we are surviving. So the thought shouldn't be restricted within a confined zone. It should be it should cross the boundary, and the students should be allowed to think in whatever way they feel like, and various aspects, various fields are to be explored, using robots to perform the activities of human being, and how far they could be made emotional at the same time, though they robots basically they perform the technical aspect, the repetitive work they can do, and a few selected maybe a number of times which are fitted in their chips over there. But how far emotional aspect can also be added to that, and that is what we are going to see in future. Which and definitely they can, human being after all, they become tired, but the robots, they can perform tirelessly in a flawless manner with doing least number of almost negligible number of flaws. So in a flawless manner they can perform. Finally, I another thing, another aspect which I find of great fascinating is the immortality of the living beings. Like we talk about lifespan, after certain lifespan we are going to die and all. That is the mandatory, that is the particular mindset that we have. But immortality is that which on which research is going on in various aspects, I know. And even within liquid nitrogen, some of the eminent figures, they wanted to be immortal, and their bodies have been frozen over there, but that is not basically immortality. So so in this aspect also, how long and whether it may happen one day, may appear that human being is not going to just die anymore. They are not, they are going to live on and on. So if death can be evitable, so in any way it can be avoided. So that is also a part of technological aspect, can give that can make us think in that way, and may these things which we imagine today may land up as reality in future. The generation next with super ability, super brain, and aided with technology is supposed to bring solution to various levels in our life. Finally, I can say that technology helps us expose students to new interests and talents by providing the students with different tools to foster their interests or talents. Their interests or talents can be fostered, as I told earlier also, that they can identify that they have got this inherent talent or potential. With the various apps also, we the number of apps have come up nowadays, and many more are going to come up, and how far they are helping us. Not only that, in we are purchasing, we are selling, not only in this aspect, their talents can be nurtured. They can identify that they have got and the interest in a particular field, they have got talent in a particular field, which many a times is ignored, is just not even noticed. In this way, we might be creating scientists, app creators, filmmakers, actors. That means the students of today, they are going to become in future maybe scientists, app creators, filmmakers, actors, the broadcasters, journalists, those who can make the future that is unfold on the basis of imagination and technology. So So young minds to be nurtured properly with tech savvy tools to create the brilliant future which lies in front of us. So this much for today. So any queries or anything, sir, if you are there, you can just conclude the program.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that very interesting talk on the use of technology in modern education and the future of it. Uh, Good evening, everybody. And before we leave, I request you to watch our Detox, which is our disruptive literacy movement by Global Dream. This is an initiative of Dr. Sunita Gandhi since 2014. The whole idea is to ensure literacy and numeracy to all our brothers and sisters by a people's movement. So basically, each one teach one, and those of us who can teach more than one should be teaching more than one to ensure that our brothers and sisters who are not so fortunate as us uh, become literate. Uh, we have many talks on this, and for more information, you can go to 740-840-1000. So thank you, everybody. Good evening and goodbye. See you again tomorrow. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir. So I also got a platform to express my vision, express my ideas, and special gratitude to Sunita Gandhi. This is Sunita Gandhi. Due to her initiative, I got this opportunity. So special thanks to her, and thank you, sir, also, and to the audience also. So think on this particular topic that I talked about today, and I hope you remember this thing. And I think that it will be helpful for you in future also.
So thank you, Paramita ma'am. Goodbye and good night, everybody.
Yes, goodbye.